Guys, I want to show you guys my camera gear. Camera equipment. Hope you guys are having a great day. All right, I want to introduce you guys to some camera gear here. Let's start with my vlogging camera. All right, the vlogging camera. Here we have it. It's a Nikon D5500. Very light. And I used to have other lenses. I forgot what lens I used to use primarily with this camera, but now I use it mostly for vlogging, videos. Reason being, because of the flip screen. I can flip it around. I can stare at myself while I film, this way, that way. It's good for video, very sufficient. And I use the 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens. It's a 5.6. It's a 3.5 to 5.6. At 55, it's a 5.6. But you know what? I put the LED lamp on the hot shoe there when I film at night, and this thing delivers. It's a pretty good camera. I paid $800 for it. It came with the lens. At the time, I paid $850 or something like that. Next, I want to give you guys a look at my primary, my workhorse. My workhorse, guys. Here it is. Oh, the D750. All right, this won Camera of the Year back in when it first was released. It's not the newest camera, but I still use it, primarily due to the fact that it's excellent in low light conditions. Very little noise, and you know me, I love to do street photography at night, and this is just, I can handhold 2500 on the ISO, and I'll get a shot. I'll pull off a shot. And I love to couple it with my Sigma, baby. It's a little heavy, the Sigma lens. All right, I paid $1,000 just for the lens. It's a Sigma 24 to 35 millimeter. So you're getting two prime lenses in one. And it's an f2. It's an f2 straight through. It's an f2 all the way to 35 millimeters. So you're getting two prime lenses in one. It's a little heavy, that's the only drawback. I love it. Very sturdy. They're built very well, Sigma lenses, let me tell you. Again, as for the Nikon, great in low light. And you know, the back screen is pretty it's pretty versatile. You can, if you crouch down, you know, you can flip it up. I love this camera. I love it. Again, it won Camera of the Year for a reason. And even now, it's still very good in low light conditions in comparison with the newer cameras in not just the Nikon line, but all the newer cameras. This thing is great in low light, the D750. And I like to photograph at night, and this thing serves me well. Let's go back to Sigma. All right. I love flowers, I love bugs, and I love macro photography. Look it up, my non-photographer friends, macro photography. This is a macro lens. It allows you to zoom in really close. It's like a microscope. It's a Sigma, 105 millimeters, f2.8, straight through. I paid what did I pay for this thing? About $800. By the way, the D750, at the time. I paid about just over $2,000 for the camera body alone. The Sigma lens was about $1,000 at the time. Now this was a very affordable lens. It's a DX, which means it's built for crop sensor cameras. The D750 is a full frame lens. So this would not pair well with my primary. I only use it with the D5500. Haven't used it in a while, but sometimes I do. I still use it when I want that wide angle. It's a 10mm lens, 10 to 20. And it's a 5.6. So I usually use it in the daytime. But it's pretty sharp in the middle. It gets a little foggy in the corners. Next, my Nifty 50. Now this is compatible with the full frame. It's not a DX lens. It's a 1.8, only $300. No, I think I paid $200. Affordable. It's an f1.8, great in low light. I use this at night with no, for street photography. No artificial light necessary. This thing is, it's a 1.8, so you can just pump that ISO up to 2500 at night if you want that street photo. All right, my baby coming up. Here we have it. Where's my baby? Oh, here it is. I got you. I got you, my baby. Oh man, here we have it. Now I paid $1,500 for this back when it was first released. It's still like $1,300 if you want to purchase it. It's still the price didn't really go down too much. This here is a Nikon 200 to 500mm lens. A 200 to 500. You got to turn it a bit to get to 500. And it's a 5.6 throughout. So you're going to need light. You're going to need light, sunlight. The aperture is kind of, it's small. And what I love is the vibration reduction though. So I can go down to 100, I can go down to 1/640 of a second of a shutter speed and still pull off a shot. Because the vibration reduction is so good on this lens. I can lower that shutter speed. Oh man, I've been through so much with this, so many memories. Oh, worth every penny of that $1,500. All right, let's get that over there. Next, my first wildlife camera. This is the lens that got me into wildlife photography, folks. The 70 to 300. I paid about $500 for this, and it's got a good VR system. Again, the vibration reduction. So you can handhold. It's a 70 to 300mm. But you're stuck at 5.6. At 70, you're at 4.5. f4.5. Good camera. Good lens. Been through a lot with this. Very sturdy. A little heavy. All right, next. I want to give you guys a look at some other equipment. Let's get this over to the side. And I want to give you guys a look at my gimbal. It's a DJI Osmo. You know that I do a lot of walking tours, and this is how I do it. I do it with my gimbal, baby, my DJI. I put the phone, I put my iPhone 14 Pro Max between the grip. And what this gimbal does is it smooths everything out, and it prevents camera shake. So you can basically This is why my walking tours look so smooth. A lot of people say, man, are you holding the phone? No, I'm not holding the phone. The phone is on the gimbal. If I was holding the phone and walking around, it's going to shake like crazy. This keeps it nice and smooth and flowing. DJI. I only paid $150 for this, which is pretty damn good. It's a pretty good deal. Okay, now last but not least, guys, before I go, I want to give you guys a look at the first DSLR I ever purchased in my life. The first camera, the first DSLR, not the first camera. I bought this in 2005. They call it the Tank. It's a Nikon D200. Man, I took a lot of shots with this thing. It was my first DSLR. There's the back. It's got the pop-up flash just like the D750. And they call it the Tank because it's built like a tank, man. It was a very popular camera at the time. Only 10 megapixels, but again, it was released in 2005, so still, you're getting, I've gotten some great images. The only problem with this is when you go over at ISO 500, noise, lots of noise, lots of grain. But it's nice to keep it, and I still use it sometimes just because for nostalgic purposes. Anyways, guys, that's it. Hope you guys found this a little informative. If you're not into photography, hopefully you guys got inspired. Stay creative. Until next time, this is Antonio, signing off.